understand your position. I'm saying it's overruled.
Well, you're not hearing the epilogue here. He's about to overrule your overruling if you give him a moment.
I want to know why he's been charged twice with the same thing.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. What the fuck? Oh, he got his boxes back. He can build his fort again.
Turning to the basis for
Give him a couple extra boxes.
counts, it will be up to the jury to review the evidence and make a determination as to the verdict forms, though that were
What's in the boxes?
at least the
Well, he's
description
representing
of
himself, so it's probably just a bunch of like legal books and shit.
Obviously, some of them did not have them on, just frankly from prior. So as it relates to this, the state is asking that I simply
He's vanished, Your Honor.
instruct the jury.
The box ghost has
have
claimed him.
instruction and not include that I
This is so eerily similar to that case I've told you guys about multiple times, and I keep forgetting who it was, but it was a man who had killed his girlfriend, and I believe it was the boy, his son, testified against him, giving the details, and he's like, no, you guys are all wrong. I did kill her, but not where you said I killed her. So if you're gonna tell the story, you're gonna tell it right in front of the whole court. That shit was wild. I can't remember who that was. Was that Ronnie O'Neill? That name looks very familiar. Yep, that was another person who represented himself. Somehow, the people that represent themselves are the dumbest people of all time. That's weird, right? That's weird how that works. I even just voice cracked that, how strange that was. You would think if you're representing yourself, you're like a super intellectual being, but I mean, I don't know. Not a great track record. So weird.
It's unfortunate that he's deciding not to participate in this. I agree with the state. I don't need to highlight that second paragraph.
What is the protocol for this? I'm very curious. Everyone I've seen represent themselves, at the very least, tries to play ball, like the guy who openly admits to murdering his girlfriend and correcting the people on where he murdered her. But this guy just straight up doesn't do anything. He just builds box forts. So at this point, is it just like a field day? You just like you could just give them like everything all at once since he's not defending himself. The judges usually like to be lenient in these cases to prevent grounds for appeals. Well, that's what I was saying, right? Because they're doing everything they can to avoid a mistrial motion, right? Because I mean, this is a very serious case. This guy is an absolute fucking monster. This guy is evil. This is the guy that ran through that Christmas parade, killed 6 people, injured 60. This is a man by no means should be let off easy under any circumstances, so they're doing everything they can to tiptoe around here to make sure there is absolutely no wiggle room for mistrial accusations. So I get that.
All right, sir. Mr. Brooks, do you have any questions for this witness?
Yes, I do, and I object to being called that name for the record.
What?
Do you recall giving a
What?
statement to an officer?
Someone fill me in on the lore. What does he want to be called? He's claiming his name isn't Daryl Brooks. Oh my god, how did I miss all of this shit? I've only seen some of the clips. I had no clue. What? He thinks it's a loophole. We've seen this before on Court Cam. There was a guy, I don't remember what he's there for. It might have been a DUI, but I'm just spitballing what it was. But his whole thing was, that wasn't me. That person that you're accusing of doing that is not me. That's not me. And then they asked what his name was, and he's like, it's not that. That was his whole defense. Is he trying that in this situation?
I was positive it was you. Who is you? You. I'm looking at you.
I'll make note of that.
And how did you come to that conclusion? The
sure?
you conclusion.
I'm looking at you.
How did
You're
you
the guy.
come? How did you come to that conclusion? Did you?
What conclusion?
Because
Can you restate the question?
You're saying that you gave a description.
Alright, fine. Chat keeps pointing it out. I will also bring attention to it. This man's hairline is fucked up. It looks like the bat signal. Fine. We can get it out of the way now. Alright? And now let's move on. We get it. He's got a fucking awful hairline.
On the non-emergency phone line, correct?
I'm looking at you. You are the guy.
And how did you come to that conclusion?
Where you and I were standing in the same yard looking at each other.
So, Is it possible you saw something on the news?
No, I had no idea who you were.
What?
Interesting.
I'll make note.
This morning,
The trial for Darrell Brooks, the man accused of driving through the Waukesha Christmas parade last year, killing 6 people, begins, and Brooks is representing himself as a sovereign citizen.
Wow. Okay, so he's going for the sovereign citizen card. I think this is just a theory. I think this whole sovereign citizen thing was started by 4chan as a joke. Kind of like that whole thing with like JFK Jr.'s been revived and he's announcing his presidency, just go wait here for a month. I honestly think sovereign citizenry was started by 4chan just to troll people in the real world. Because all it does is get people arrested because it's not a real thing and they make absolute fucking fools of themselves. Every single time. Like 100% of sovereign citizen cases gets people in jail. Yeah, the sovereign citizen cop clips are unreal. I wasn't driving under the influence, I'm a traveler. The vehicle is moving and I happen to be in it. I'm not driving, I'm traveling is a big one. Or, I'm not Charles White. Charles White is my vessel. Or, yep, we're not in America, is another big one. I don't know how long sovereign citizen's been around, I really don't. I only know it from all of the clips over the last decade. Yeah, they took his rap video down, didn't they? I don't think that's up anymore. Oh, never mind, they put it back. They played it during the trial. That should be another criminal charge. It's trash. It's fucking trash.
We're going to play it in its entirety, but without volume, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Oh, that probably isn't even standard procedure. The music was just so bad, they're like, we're gonna do everyone a favor and mute it.
And
I object to that, and I would like to make an offer of proof for my appeal.
We'll do that outside.
I object. I want to hear my music.
I will allow the state to play it in its entirety.
My shit's
Your
fire.
Honor, I have all the exhibits they were provided.
Mr. Brooks, I'll take that up outside the presence of the jury.
This
Your
is
objections are
mind-boggling.
noted.
This is
It's
mind-boggling.
overruled.
Mind-boggling.
I love the way he acts as if he's some kind of seasoned lawyer. My god. In all my 30 years of practicing law, I've never seen something like this. This is... What a circus of a trial. Back to Double Jeopardy.
actually, Your Honor, I changed my mind. I would like to play the audio, please.
This is mind-boggling.
I want to have it.
You don't want to play the audio.
And then I'll make a ruling and I'll take that up.
The video wasn't even in the exhibits that I received. They actually didn't even receive it.
Mr.
They were
Brooks, please
obtained.
stop.
Just imagine the worst music you've ever heard going on right
He's
now.
not testifying. The video's playing.
For anyone that's wondering why this is relevant, it's not just to insult him for how awful he is at music. It's because, and this is actually one of the key things that the internet, like, pieced together. Not, obviously the investigators did too, but I saw this floating all around Twitter, like, the day this happened. It's the car. So his vehicle is in this music video. And they were easily able to put him, that vehicle, at that scene. It's not just to, like, insult him, it's the same car. Though the music is really bad, and this should be an extra charge for how terribly shit the music is. Your Honor, can we have him maybe sing it for us instead, a cappella? Meet you in the middle? We don't have to listen to the absolutely awful beat, but we can listen to the bars. Darrell Brooks flips out when revealed he's a sex offender. Is it the first time he's hearing that too? Your Honor, this is outrageous. I've never heard such a thing. Oh, he goes shirtless and throws the tantrum over being ejected from court. I thought he was in the middle of changing into his suit.
And to look at the veracity of what your claims are here.
Thanks for your sub, JDR.
So, I may take an early lunch. If that's in your
He's
cell,
consulting with the big man
you go
upstairs
get it
for his
and
legal
read it. But
defense. Give him a
without that
moment.
letter, I'm not allowing this line of question. Move to the next courtroom.
That's what you want to do anyway.
It's not what I want to do. Do not interrupt, Attorney Opper.
So can
Your
you
Honor,
tell,
I
can you
believe he
explain-
has 7 prior criminal convictions via OWI 2nd from 1997, and OWI 3rd from 1997, and OWI 4th from 2003, criminal trespass to dwelling from 2006.
Right, I need to take a break.
He's
This man right now
smoldering.
is having a stare down with me. It's very disrespectful. He pounded his fist. Frankly, it makes me scared. And we're taking a break.
What the fuck? Okay. An interesting tactic. Again, not something I would have seen Saul use, but that doesn't mean it's not effective. Bro emoted it. Yeah, he missed input and accidentally emoted in court. What do you think? What does he think is going to result from his actions? I have no idea. I couldn't tell you. He doesn't defend himself. He doesn't even try. I don't know. Yeah, he basically just shows up to court to go AFK and then rage. Defendant throws backpack at judge, and throws is capitalized, caps locked. Must be a hard throw.
Next stop is the Cleveland Municipal Courtroom of Judge Marilyn Cassidy, Cleveland, Ohio. He walks up alone, carrying a backpack.
Full of bricks. Just to launch at the judge. Oh. Uh-oh. Ah! So it was right. He isn't going to do any of that. He's just going right to jail. He didn't lie. How close was the throw, though?
By hurling his backpack at her.
Oh, not even close. Hit the
judge
desk.
quickly ducks, and meanwhile, Carson punches public defender
Ooh.
David Eidenmiller, who just happens to be standing there in the back of the head. He's then tackled by the
I
large
bet
man
David
in the
feels
white
real
shirt.
silly.
His court officers come streaming in to help.
I better get out of the way of this potential danger. Shit, I walked right into his fist.
And that big mystery man who came flying out of his seat and over the defense.
Stone
bench
Cold
to
Steve
take down
Austin.
Carson? Well, that's Cleveland Police Union President Steve Loomis.
Oh, I was close.
He's eventually subdued, cuffed, and led out of the courtroom. He's charged with contempt of court and sentenced to 30 days in jail.
Only 30, you
Thanks
know?
for being a fan of Court Cam.
You know, only 30 days for launching a backpack and punching an attorney? That's, you know, it could have been worse. That's almost a fair trade right there. Like, you know, he kind of came out on top of that transaction, really. Man escapes from courthouse in handcuff. Man, this happens so often. Oh,
The
good
defendant
move.
slipped away from security and re-entered the courtroom.
He picks the locks on the handcuffs.
He strips off his prison-issue shirt.
Wait, what? He actually got the fucking handcuffs
and
off?
uses it to hide his handcuffs. He makes it to the
Oh,
hallway, and
wow.
after a quick look around, and continues barefoot through the courthouse.
This guy just doesn't give a fuck.
He makes his way to the lobby until he exits straight through the front doors. But within 2 hours, police catch
Oh,
up with him.
he didn't get very
hiding at a
far.
friend's house.
He went right to a friend's house, huh?
Immediately taken back into custody.
He looked pretty smart
Thanks for
there
being
for a
a
minute
fan
with
of
that
Court
shirt
Cam.
play. I'll go to the one place they'll never expect me to my mom's house. It's too obvious, they'll never check. Man tries to escape courtroom.
Next, we head to Jefferson
Thanks
County
to tier
Circuit
1
Court
Nick,
in Louisville,
the prime
Kentucky.
suck.
We are on the record.
Once the testimony concludes, the camera, controlled by Judge Barry Willett, remains locked on the empty witness chair as the judge
Oh.
announces his decision.
And then a ghost comes in.
In its entirety.
That flash across the screen was Woodford making a run for it.
I was able to pick up on that. I was able to piece that puzzle together, actually. That the man running was probably the guy.
Can be heard pleading with her boyfriend to stop.
Yep. I'm a huge Mass Effect fan, except for the ending of 3.
Deputies,
The ending
she
is
was
terrible.
caught up in the tussle to stop Woodford from escaping.
Thanks to Resub T-. And I'm not sure, I'd have to think about it.
Well, that's a first in 19 years on the bench. She did tackle him on the way out. Are you okay?
He sounds like Winnie the Pooh.
Woodford's girlfriend requests
Oh, well, I
permission to
guess he
address the
did
judge
try and
about
escape.
what happened to her.
How about some honey?
Record in the Woodford.
Man gets tased in court while trying to clear his name? Ah, that sounds cool.
We now head to the Nesbitt Courthouse in Anchorage, Alaska.
That they had screwed me out of a plea deal, that the state had falsified evidence, and now
Oh,
they're lying
it's a
about
grand
everything
conspiracy.
to cover it all up, and that's just the beginning of it.
The game pilot and tour guide is seeking to clear his
Jesus,
name
he's
for
even got a map.
decades-old conviction.
That is another felony.
I don't think you're gonna get these felonies to work.
Because somebody has to.
No matter how hard you stomp. Oh shit. Oh god, the taser wasn't on the map. Is that the judge? That looks like Slender Man. Who are we zooming in on here? Is that a cryptid?
The judge opts not to intervene.
I've had enough with you crazy Alaskan people. I'm going home.
Haig's attempt to clear his name continues.
I think he did a pretty good job of clearing his name, if I had to guess. Like, I don't, I don't think they're gonna continue to look at him as a bad guy. I think he, overall, pretty good mission. Yeah, I mean, he took the map right out of Dora the Explorer's backpack, but it wasn't enough to convince the old judge there. He still got fucking blasted. Judge makes everyone go to jail for 30 days. Really? He was having a bad day.
Back of the courtroom is Ingrid Berg,
Hey,
the
Ingrid.
defendant's wife. And sitting in the row directly in front of her is the victim's mother.
Uh-oh.
Peggy Gabbard.
Ingrid's about to go nuts. Oh, Jesus, Ingrid! She just got clobbered. Whoa, boy. Whoa, now.
Defendant's wife.
Oh, did she get involved too? She's like 70 years old.
Red purse, I told you to come up here. Put him right there.
Ooh, the whole class is getting fucked.
Your mind if you think you're going to try to stop anything in court. We got bailiffs in here to do it. And you're sitting in there in jail right now.
And where were those bailiffs, William? What do you mean?
This is insane.
What?
The incident ends with at least 4 people being charged with contempt.
They were so behind.
Mother Peggy Gabbard. The defendant Shane.
This guy had to completely separate them.
If you don't get 6 months in jail.
Damn, William just said, I want to feel big today. I want to feel real big. I'm gonna send this 90-year-old woman to jail for 30 days. See if she lives. That'll teach you to try and protect your daughter.
The teen addresses the court.
I would like to fight for myself.
Uh-oh.
It appears this young defendant
Uh-oh.
played Perry Mason, but Judge
Pulling a page out of Onision's playbook.
That's a good idea.
Very good, very
That's not a
good.
smart play. New York Yankees, and you've never even learned how to play baseball.
That's fine.
Yeah, but he goes on Reddit sometimes. Let him do it. Yeah, why can't we just let my son go to jail real quick? Fuck it. I don't even want to try.
My job requires that I protect your constitutional rights. You as an American citizen.
Oh god, he's going in. Holy shit, he's going raw.
Stupid to know
Whew.
what I'm trying to do is protect you. and
Oh
not
boy.
spell it out for you.
Teen sues parents. Good.
It's a broken family dynamic.
And a good camera at this courthouse. Very interesting.
And I'm asking the court to help her in this very difficult situation because they have,
The dad just wrote down, no chance.
and I believe that they are being negligent.
Nope. Will not help.
These statements that they
Uh-oh.
One of the
So it's a
driving
boy
forces
thing, huh?
is that mom and dad don't approve of Rachel's boyfriend.
Why, does he drive a sports bike?
A phone call made by Rachel's
Smoke
mother,
cigarettes? Isn't this case thrown out? She's 18.
You're a real winner, aren't you? I really just want to all over your face right now. Anyway,
Oh, I see.
have a nice life.
Jesus, okay,
He
well
has
then.
some strong words for the plaintiff.
That's a weird thing to say to your parents. I want to shit all over your face. It's like an Xbox Live insult.
Where the mother is calling the daughter the same kind of name. So I would go.
The mother threatens the shit all over her daughter's face.
They're the ones who raised this child. This is the language that they're using in their household.
Interesting. So who's shitting on whose face then? The web runs deep.
Are we going to,
A family that shits together stays together. There was once a period in time before erections were invented. There was also a period in time before televisions had hundreds of channels. And when I was growing up, my television only had 100 channels, and the majority of them were static because you were accidentally picking up some fucking alien transmissions through the tube TV antenna. And during this time, there was a hobby known as channel surfing. I'm sure that's a dead art now, because now when you have friends come over and shit and you don't know what to do, well, you can pop back, play some games with your gamer bros, and give each other Dorito enemas and all that cool shit. But back then, what you would do is you would surf the channels looking for shit to watch. Comedy Central, after like 2 a.m., would just start playing censored Girls Gone Wild. There'd be a lot of Spanish stations playing some news and shit, but what would always happen is you'd end up watching a C-SPAN broadcast. Now, what I'm about to show you has no relation to C-SPAN in any regard, really. However, it does personally remind me of those times watching C-SPAN broadcasts.
Hello, my name is Lisa. I just moved here because I'm getting a divorce.
Now, Lisa has shown up to a council meeting where they're asking for input from the community for some upcoming decisions they're making, and Lisa is now speaking her piece. The most important character to focus on during this manga arc is the old man in the background. He is a very important character to the development of the plot.
And it's not final till September 18th. My husband will not give me any money. Not 1 penny.
It's a shitty husband and you're better off without him, honestly, Lisa. It's time that you get on Tinder. You're gonna find some good guys on Tinder, and let's say Tinder doesn't pan out for you, there's always RuneScape. There's some real upstanding good gentlemen on that game.
The lawyer won't help me. My husband won't help me. My dad, Marlon Lee Whitmer, he's a minister, won't help me.
This is really when the old man starts falling apart here. He's trying so hard to hold it in, but his armor is cracking, and beneath that armor is a giggling demon. And out of context, there's really no reason why he should be laughing at this. It's very unfortunate the situation Lisa's going through. However, as the anime continues to develop, you'll start to realize that maybe this isn't the time and place to be talking about such things.
My stepmother won't help me. My mother passed away 7 years ago, and my dad and Annie Hockhausen, they wrote at Vera French that they both are my parents. Annie is my stepmom.
Lisa is fucking coming for scalps here. She's name-dropping all of them, putting them on blast. I wouldn't be surprised if she pointed to a DJ booth and said, "Kick that shit," and then started a diss track on him.
I'm not quite sure why I'm here or what I'm doing.
Well, I'll be. Butter my nipples. Lisa, that comes as a shock to me. I never got that feeling at all during this fucking Oscars acceptance speech.
But there's a reason. My lawyer is Justin Title. I don't know if you've ever heard of him.
The Justin Title? No, I can't say I have, Lisa, to be honest with you. For some reason, though, that name Justin Title sounds like a Fortnite player to me. Like, I imagine Lisa walked into the lawyer's office and he's like, "Just hold on right there, miss." Hits a fucking fat dab and then says, "Are you ready to get these dubskis in court?"
I'm moving down to Texas soon to help the children in Texas. I'm a very loving parent. Very, very, very loving parent. I have a 20-year-old daughter. She's going to college at St. Ambrose this fall. She's in Muscatine College right now. Her name's Brianna Elizabeth.
Man, that elderly gentleman is trying so hard to keep it together. I feel bad for him because it looks like he just came into the council meeting to catch some hard Z's and just fall asleep through it. But now there's this monkey wrench that's been thrown into his plan, this X Factor, because Lisa's now left the set of Parks and Recreation to come to the council meeting to give a graduation speech, and the old man is just laughing too hard to fall asleep.
And she is not helping me because she's 20. She's scared. She doesn't want her parents to separate or divorce.
Ma'am, we're discussing the rezoning for the Portillos. Do you have any comments on that?
For what?
What a fucking fantastic season finale there. The writers really outdid themselves with that plot twist. Who saw it coming? Now all of the clues throughout the season make sense. Why the old man was laughing as hard as he was, despite Lisa's story not being all that comedic, makes sense because she was delivering this DiGiorno's personal pan life story in front of a council that was aiming to discuss a Portillo's rezoning. It had no place there. It's absurd, you can't help but giggle about that. It'd be like me going on America's Got Talent and reading excerpts from The Outsider's book. Or rather, it'd be like me dropping trousers, soft dick out, and pissing into a trash can, then calling my dentist to schedule an appointment for my dentist to come take out that trash. That's not what the dentist signed up for, that's not his job, that's not what he was looking for, and neither was this council. They just wanted Portillo's input, but instead, they got Lisa's entire story.
We're discussing the rezoning on 53rd for...
Well, I live on 63rd.
Again, we're here to hear comments about the rezoning.
Well, I don't like Facebook, and I don't like the internet because I can't find a job. The library blocked my password. Now tell me, does that make any sense to you?
Fuck no, that doesn't make any sense to me, Lisa. But how did they block your password? I've never heard of a library doing that. I feel like maybe you just forgot your password. I don't think the library has a grudge against you and is trying to shut you down from their internet access. Sounds like some Jason Bourne level shit, like there's this command center at the library that has one super trained special operative that is just an expert at watching security cameras to identify if it's Lisa that just entered the building, like some type of fucking national security alert. So then he sees Lisa come in, so he sprints to his boss and reports it. Jesus, Boss Franklin, she's here. So then the boss turns around in this giant office chair, puffing a cigar with sunglasses on, and he says, "Shut it down. Shut it all down. May God have mercy on this library." But yeah, on the real Lisa, fuck Facebook.
Ma'am, we're not here to discuss your personal life. I'm sorry. Do you have any comments about the rezoning?
No, sir. Have a good day.
Thank you. Next.
A peaceful resolution all around, pretty wholesome, honestly. I'm convinced that the council wanted to just let her go as long as possible, and they had this joke ready in their head like, this is for the Portillos, you know, this is gonna be a great mic drop, let's time this perfectly. And then they did. Hats off to the council for letting her go and then timing the Portillos mic drop for when they did. The timing couldn't have been any better. See ya. Watch court cam. Is there new court cam that I've missed? Let's see. I'll just go through here, I think. This might be easier. Man tries playing mind tricks with the judge. Ah, so he encountered a Jedi. Is that Nicolas Cage?
Hall is here for driving under the influence and driving with a suspended license.
He looks like the kind of guy.
Sir, I haven't said for the court how I'm appearing today, sir.
I'm not asking you yet.
What does that mean? I can see how you're appearing. Like a meth addict.
Sir, today I'm appearing as the agent and settler for David Hall.
Oh, he's cosplaying.
Okay. My name sounds exactly like the defendant's, and I'm here to settle that matter today.
Oh! Interesting.
I'm not a person, I'm an individual. David Hall is a person, I am a private individual.
Hall's legalese.
Interesting.
To say the least. But the judge...
He's got us backed into a corner.
Individual. And I don't think you understand the difference between a person and an individual.
Could you appear as a 19-year-old boy, perhaps, if I asked you to?
Correct.
Just starts transforming his face like a polyjuice potion.
And even the person's bond today for $10,000.
Damn. Slap the whole family.
And the person continues to drive without a driver's license.
Quick, substitute in somebody else. This time you're Martha Cranberry.
As a violation of his original bond, all versions of David Hall must remain in jail unless he can come up with the cash.
Well,
is there any other?
Are you asking me as the settler, the agent?
Hey, he's getting fucking blasted. Judge is bending him over and biting his fucking asshole off.
Okay,
I am
See
not
the person, David Hall. Tell him he's not leaving jail either, all right? Have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Down the middle.
You have to be a really, really,
being a fan of
really
court
insufferably fucking dumb asshole to think sovereign citizen is a real thing. Just as a heads up. Thanks to the resub chills. It never works because it's not a real thing. If you say you're a sovereign citizen, you just get laughed at. Let's see what the most dramatic moments are. He's even got merch made. That was pretty cool.
Be seated.
Accused of killing 2 teens in 1993 when he was just 16.
Holy shit.
At that time, which became a key piece of evidence for the prosecution.
Present in the courtroom. The court has received.
So did he actually kill them or what?
Indicating that they've reached a verdict.
Villegas has been on trial 3 separate times for this crime and has maintained his innocence throughout. After spending 18 years in prison, that verdict was thrown out in 2013.
Holy shit.
Because of ineffective assistance of counsel. And has remained out on bond as he awaited a 3rd trial. During that time, he fathered 2 children.
What the
The
fuck?
prosecution continued to insist on his guilt.
Verdict Form B. We, the jury, find the defendant Daniel Villegas not guilty of.
Hey! Oh, okay, so that had a happy ending, assuming he didn't actually murder anyone. If he did, then that's not good. We'll need to, have a hard think on that if that happens to be the case.
16 years old.
Good luck, kids.
He fucking did it! It only took 18 years of his life.
Madison's been convicted on 3 counts of aggravated
Jesus
murder for the
Christ.
killing and mutilation of 3 young women in Ohio. As part of the hearing,
I thought these were gonna be goofy. These are fucking heavy. Jesus Lord.
Right now, I guess we're supposed to, in our hearts, forgive this clown.
No, I hate that perspective. You don't forgive people like that. It's not empowering. It's not just demonstrating strength to forgive a murderer. It's ridiculous. Oh, fuck. That was a great jump. His airtime was nuts. He fucking took off.
Van Terry is released without charges. A short time
Thank
later,
God.
County Judge Nancy Michael Madison is sentenced to death and will now live on Ohio's death row. We start things off at the Russell.
I am so glad that guy didn't get charged.
in Kentucky.
I am so fucking glad.
Domestic violence order.
I hate when like you lash out at someone like that and you get charged for it. It's fucked up.
I haven't done anything to this court.
Is she gonna lunge at him too? Fucking take off.
For contempt of the court. Make any difference.
You will serve 10 days for contempt of court. You go now.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Make it 11 days.
In a legal process.
She handled that really well.
Time.
Damn, people really like lunge.
No, I'm not under oath. All right, raise your right hand when I swear you in.
Ooh! Blasted, get pranked. Oh, we've seen this. I recognize this guy now.
You threatened my life the other day.
I remember this. We did see this one.
I am not under oath. This is being done unconstitutionally.
I don't remember what he does.
My kids unrightfully. So that being said,
He's driving a hard case.
no, do you want to be here or not?
The judge is handling this very well.
Wants to sit here while you take their kids. This is a conflict of interest. Can I get some more, please?
Do you want to suck his dick for the water?
No, I need you to answer.
He's so patient.
Cook has accepted a plea deal that will drop a conspiracy charge, which carried a maximum penalty of life in prison. But counts of carjacking, attempted carjacking with a deadly weapon, and felony battery are still in play.
Damn, that's huge. I didn't know conspiracy was that seriously taken.
There was an orchestrated ambush, and you are a main part of that. And for that, I'm going to go ahead and adjudicate you guilty of all 3 charges.
Oh!
20 years in state prison.
Damn! I mean, it is really avoidable. Don't set up an ambush. Like, it's super easy to avoid.
More severe than they expected.
Exit Prime Bomb.
It turns out that Cook and her mother's reactions were so intense because they believed the plea deal meant no prison time.
That's how they get you.
Judge Foxman
That's
allows her
that's
to enter
plea deals in a nutshell.
Cook's sentence is reduced to 11 years in prison.
Ah. Okay, so only over half of her entire life so far.
Where public defender Andrew Weinstock and his client are
To be fair, sounds like she deserved it though. Match with someone on Tinder, set up a robbery. That's fucked up.
I'm not waiting.
That's not like a mistake you make. That is you being a psychopath.
I don't need your help.
Wow.
I'm the public defender. I have a right to be here, and I have a right to stand I said and represent sit my down. clients.
Damn.
If you want to fight, let's go out back, and I'll just beat your ass.
Oh, it is.
Head to the hallway
What?
behind the courtroom, just out of the view of the court's cameras. Believe it or not, they get into a physical.
Holy shit!
Until Judge Murphy returns to the courtroom, alone.
Thank you.
That is about the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen.
I will catch my breath.
So you're fucking, who's this, Judge Murphy? You're telling me the public defender got to square off against the judge in a legally orchestrated pugilistic fisticuff showdown at whatever this is, a Judge Judy dispute here or whatever, and the judge actually beat his ass and the cops didn't intervene at any point? That's incredible. That's fucking incredible. Judge Murphy, I want to see this guy. Is he jacked? Florida, that sounds about right. Florida Judge Murphy. Come on. Oh, come on. Who is this mystery man? What the fuck? No, they removed him? Total lack of self-control. Come on. This is exactly how it should be. You got beef? Let's fucking settle it. That's great. I just want to see him, man. I'm not his fucking attorney. I just want to see what the guy looks like. Will he pop up in images? No way. This is what he looks like? This guy threw hands? He wasn't dealing with like a pushover. Like, this is a big boy. God damn. All right. Hey, hats off to him. Trial by combat. He's got that old man strength.
I would like to get it done as fast as possible.
Good answer.
Doesn't help me.
Now, if you can beat the judge in the fight, we'll reduce it even further.
Florida Judicial Qualifications Commission, who charged Judge John Murphy with threatening to commit violence.
It wasn't a threat. It sounds like he followed through.
Engaging in a physical
there
altercation
it
with
is.
counsel. The case eventually reaches the Florida Supreme Court, which orders the immediate suspension and permanent removal of Judge Murphy from his post.
Thanks to Resub Humongous. If you can beat my goddamn lawyer in a fight, he wasn't a good lawyer in the first place.
Washington. In the
You beat my
courtroom,
lawyer,
Judge
you
R.W.
beat me.
Buzzard,
That's fine.
who's just finished some business.
I have become a huge fan of watching school board meetings now. I treat it like a sport. But I'm not really cheering for anyone. I'm just there to appreciate the players going out there and giving it their best. I love watching this shit. With everything going on with masks and vaccines, school board meetings have become absolutely like a modern gladiatorial arena. It's extremely entertaining. And today I want to share the most recent one with you. This actually happened in my own backyard, the state of Florida. It's everything you'd expect from the state of Florida, just not with any bath salts at this, unfortunately. They said, hey, no drugs. So unfortunately we didn't get to see them playing at their optimal efficiency in their normal habitat. They were here sober, to the best of my knowledge, which I think is a bit of a shame. They should definitely change the rules at these school board meetings to allow for performance enhancers like meth, especially in Florida where it's just so common. But anyway, I'm going to show you some of the clips of the people going up there to talk, but I do want to say there was a fist fight there, and I can't show you the video because unfortunately I think YouTube would take it down, so I'm just going to do my best to paint a picture with words for you. Imagine your old librarian from middle school. You know, she's a bit of an old battle axe, right? You know, a little slippery scallywag. She's not very nice, and she's a bit of a wino. She hits the wine pretty hard, and she's squaring off against your own mother. Like, your actual mom is there. And I want you to imagine them locked into a bout of Mortal Kombat, but as if they were both drunk zombies. So nothing's really landing. And then eventually one of them gets like a titty push in. She goes for like a one-handed titty shove, so she shoves her titty back, and then it gets broken up by a police officer. There were some fists flying, but nothing connecting. They were throwing out some wet noodles, but it's like both of them needed glasses and decided not to wear them that day, so they were just like punching air. You know, it wasn't really even close to the target. It's like they were trying to punch ghosts around their target. or like fighting their spirit. So none of the punches landed except for the booby thrust, and then it gets broken up. But there was one person that really stood out to me in the fight. She wasn't directly participating, but it's this woman right here, wearing a full American flag dress. So we had a real patriot in attendance that day. Fucking female Duke Nukem over here just loves America, and she's there just trying to show her support for helping kids get sick. I am sorry the quality is a little low on that screenshot. It looks like a picture of Sasquatch. I'm sorry about that. That's the best quality I could find of her attire. But anyway, let me get into showing you the actual school board meeting clips.
I'm going to tell you that your time is up. The people of the state and this district are rising up, and you have awakened a sleeping beast.
That's right, baby. The beast is up and angry, ready to tear scalp from skull at the upcoming WrestleMania. I bet when she wrote that, she thought it sounded really cool and intimidating, but all I get is like 1990s Attitude Era WWE promotionals in my head.
Maybe the reason why we have people in the hospitals all this mask wearing. Did we ever think of that? Did we ever think of that?
Oh wow, now there is a thinker. Oh man, yeah, I don't know if we ever stopped to consider that. Maybe it is the masks that are making everyone sick. Wow, she's really blowing the case wide open. She has like the actual thought processes of a child. You know, is she then going to start lobbying that we remove cracks from pavement because if you step on a crack, you break your mama's back?
Putting a mask on those children is robbing them of their education. You are robbing these kids of their developmental rights in terms of education. Are you educators? Don't you know that?
She is making a good point. Everyone knows that your brain turns off when your mouth is covered. Every time you go to eat something and your mouth gets full, like you just go fucking full brain dead for a split second. Everyone knows that. So she's at least making sense here. You simply cannot learn while wearing a mask, obviously. I mean, how are you expected to do mathematics if there's a mask over your face, right? Like it's simple, it's elementary, really. I wonder if anyone ever told this lady that doctors and surgeons typically wear a mask when performing important operations. But that's probably a lie. I mean, the government probably made that up. I mean, you usually go under when you have like really important surgery, so you're asleep. They're probably not wearing a mask, and you're just being lied to since you haven't seen it with your own eyes. They're probably not actually wearing a mask, and if they were, they'd be drooling over themselves because their brain would be off. Like, you can't do anything when you have a mask on, obviously, as she's saying. So yeah, no, that's probably a lie. They're probably, when they're doing surgery, they're probably wearing like a leather jacket with like a cigar in their mouth or something, so that way they can really focus. Mrs. Claus here really is onto something. Like, you just can't learn if you're wearing a mask, and that's a really good argument, I think. Like, there's a lot of merit to that statement, if you're the dumbest fucking person on earth.
I want to talk about the real pandemic, child sex trafficking. By putting masks on these kids' face, you can't identify any of them.
What? Excuse me? Buddy, it's a school board meeting. For a second there, I thought he was going to start, like, complaining as, like a child sex trafficker himself. You know, it's like, I can never tell what their age is anymore, god damn it, and it's making my profession as a human trafficker much more difficult, god damn it, so this needs to go.
They don't care about your children. As a matter of fact, they hate them. They hate your kids. They hate my kids. They hate your kids. They hate my kids. Get it?
Yeah. Fucking busting out some stinky rhymes there for a second. She was about to go into a full-blown freestyle for him. I'm pretty sure everyone that showed up here to demand that masks be ripped off of kids' faces are the ones that actually hate their own kids. I don't think they even view them as their own children. I think they just view them as like political tools or something to enforce their own beliefs and agenda. So I think they're really kind of the ones that hate the kids. But that goes against the song she was about to bust out there, the little nursery rhyme she was working up. But like, there's just, I'm sure even like a 9-year-old can recognize, like, there's nothing to be lost by having a mask over your face. It's not like it's harmful. It's not like ruining your life. So what's the point? Even if you don't think it works, it's no different than just having a dress code at school. Like, if you go to a school and they say, hey, you can't have assless chaps, it's not like you're gonna make a big hoopla about that. Like, no, I should be able to have my asshole exposed to the world, right? Like, it doesn't matter. If it's just part of the dress code, who cares, right? But to these people, it's more than just that. This is the only thing they have now. This is their whole personality, is just being against the mask and the vaccine. It's a stupid hill to literally die on. We've already seen, what, like 10 different radio hosts that kept preaching no mask, no vaccine, just literally die from it, and then talk about how much they regretted it. So, I mean, it's a cycle that seems to want to continue. And I feel bad for the kids because it's their parents that are trying to hurt them just because they have a stupid belief. They are literally going to Gangnam Style on the corpse of their own kid for it. And I don't think they're gonna care either. But I just wanted to say that because I think she's really the one that hates her own kids, and she's just kind of projecting that on the school board that she's whining and complaining to.
99.9 live through this flu, especially the kids, and the data proves that too. Science and laws shouldn't be changing so fast. Has Nuremberg taught us nothing of medical tyranny in the past?
This guy's face really says it all. She brought up Nuremberg. Good lord. Like, some of these people are just too far gone, to be honest. Like, there's just nothing you can do. They just desperately need something to cling to that they feel makes them unique, or makes them feel smart, and this is what they've chosen. And I don't think many of these families ever really admit when they're wrong. I do remember not long ago, there was a family who 2 different members of the family died, and they ran 2 GoFundMe campaigns and still kept saying no mask, no vaccine, even in their own fucking GoFundMe campaigns, as they were lobbying for money for funeral services for the 2 members that died from it. So it's just one of those things, man. I don't know what you do about it except just sit back and laugh at them anymore. Like, there's just nothing you can do. They refuse to believe, like, the most basic understanding of anything, and it sucks, but it's a pretty fucking lit school board meeting, right? Like, the content from the school board meeting's pretty fucking A tier. Of course, I feel super bad for the kids because they didn't choose to have stupid parents. It's just really unlucky. And yeah, I just wanted to share some more cool school board meetings with all of you, and that's about it. So yeah. Secondhand embarrassment is a very real phenomenon. It occurs when you witness something that is so grossly turbo cringe that your body has a fight or flight response and fills you with shame from just having watched it, even though you weren't directly involved in the situation. I think the #1 cause of secondhand embarrassment is bad stand-up comedy. So, you know, like, what's the deal with airline food? Salt shakers, you fill them up, and then where does it all go? Like, when a stand-up set bombs, I feel like most people get embarrassed for the person up there. But today, I got so much secondhand embarrassment, I feel like I got a year's worth of shame in one afternoon, thanks to the TikTok congressional hearing that happened. This was an absolute mockery of the entire country. It was absolutely foul. It was painful to watch. So I'd like to show you just a few of the clips. The whole thing was about 5.5 hours long, and I can't imagine anyone can make it to the end without puking. It's brutal. It has everything you're probably imagining, tech illiteracy and horrible questions out the wazoo, all wrapped up into one 5-hour endurance test of the human patience. In a nutshell, there's been a lot of controversy about TikTok and TikTok bans, like banning on government phones, which I do agree with. I don't think there's any argument to be made that a fucking government or someone in power person should have TikTok on their phone just because of potential security risks associated with it. And this has expanded into a lot of other big debates around it. I am not a personal fan of the platform in general. I don't really use it that often. Plus, I think it's been extremely detrimental to the actual mental health and attention span of human beings. Because now, I don't know if you go on TikTok often, if you go on TikTok and it's someone just talking about something or a clip of something, there is always Subway Surfers, Rocket League, or GTA playing underneath it in order to keep your attention. Because people need such constant stimulation and jingling keys. If there's not like 3 separate videos of like bars of soap getting cut for satisfying videos, or Rocket League or GTA playing underneath it in order to keep your attention. Because people need such constant stimulation and jingling keys. If there's not like 3 separate videos of like bars of soap getting cut for satisfying videos, or
On September 19, 2017, a woman contacted the police at 3:45 in the morning. She told them that her friend Shad had been shot outside of her home. The police would rush to the scene and find that Shad was still alive. Shad would be rushed to the hospital, but unfortunately, he would pass away from his injuries. As the police were investigating the crime scene, a neighbor would inform them that he had caught the incident on one of his surveillance cameras.
It would be the one that was on the left side of the house here. And it would show the driveway just about of your neighbor. This one right here.
The camera footage was very dark, and it was impossible to make out who the shooter was. The police decided to show the footage to Shad's brother, and he immediately identified the man as their cousin, Clarence Murphy. He told the police that Clarence walked just like the man in the video, and he was positive it was him. With this information, the police began looking for Clarence, and it wouldn't take very long to find him.
Flyer, shortly we're going to be doing a felony stop at Belterre and Cypress. Dispatch has been updated. Light up! Put your hands out the window! Driver! Put your hands out the window, do it now! Put your hands out the window! Put the vehicle in park, do it now! Go ahead and keep verbal, keep verbal. The vehicle up! Get passenger. And throw the keys out the vehicle, do it now! Keep walking backwards. I got verbal, Backwards. I'll take over verbal. Ma'am, take a few steps left, okay? Left. Just listen to me and you'll be fine. Few steps left. Keep going left. Left. Start stepping back towards me, okay? Make sure you don't make any movements with your hands. Step back towards my boys. Who's in the vehicle? Who? Clarence. Hey, target. Target in the vehicle. What's a target? How old is he? Clarence who? What's the junior or senior? Junior? Target confirmed.
What's the target? What's going on? What are y'all doing? What's the target?
Are you good?
Yeah.
With no hand? You want to search her real quick?
What's the target?
Keep coming. Stop. Stop right there. Go to your knees. Do not move your hands. Put your hands on the back of your head. Do not move. Stand up.
The police were able to arrest Clarence, but they also had his girlfriend, Alberta Cargill, in custody. They decided to see what she knew about the night of the shooting.
Okay, and you swear and affirm, raise your right hand for me, you swear and affirm the statement you're providing today is truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, help you God.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What is it, an Escalade?
It's an Escalade.
Okay, and that's solely your vehicle? And you're the only one that operates that vehicle, except for your kids, or does your boyfriend Clarence, does he operate it?
Sometimes.
Sometimes, okay. Did he operate it within the past 24 hours?
No.
Okay, so obviously there was a little bit of an altercation, I guess, last night into maybe early this morning or what have you. So with that said, when you guys were home last night, take me back to like 7 at night or 6 at night, or anything that jumps out at you, but give me the normal of last night. I mean, is Clarence drinking or?
Yeah, I had a pineapple soda. At that time, he had a water.
Okay.
And we were just hanging out, and then I'm trying to think of that. I left him in Benel. I came on home.
About what time?
It was like by that time it's like way after midnight. I was like around 1 something.
Okay.
Maybe
1 a.m. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, when you got home, was anybody up, or is everybody pretty much sleeping?
Everybody pretty much sleeping. Okay. Had everybody in the house on, but it was
lovely.
Just me crazy.
Alberta claims that she was hanging out with Clarence and some of his friends, which included his cousin Shad. She stayed with them until 1 in the morning, and then she went home.
All right, I'm sorry I interrupted you. Back from when you left Benel around 1-ish. He stayed there, obviously.
Yeah, he stayed there. And then I went home, and then he must have got there. I want to say around 2:30ish maybe.
So were you sleeping?
Off and on. Well, he woke me up, then we went and got Steak and Shake after that.
Wait a minute. And he comes home.
About 2:30 or something, then we leave again.
And you get up and go eat.
Yeah.
Oh my.
So we just Steak and Shake, then he brought me back. We came back about...
What did you guys drive?
The brown car.
Okay. His car?
Mm-hmm.
Well, your car, but his car?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I must have came back around... I must get back about 3 and change.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, about 3 and change. Then at some point you must have left again.